Hey guys, welcome to this video. So something a little bit different today. I want to talk about the story behind this song, A Lifetime of Memories, my own song which comes out this Friday that I made with my girlfriend Becky, who plays violin. And this is the third time recording this video because the first time the microphone didn't work, or I didn't plug it in, it's probably my fault. The second time I didn't click record, so embarrassingly, the third time I'm going to go through this. So, story behind the song. Like, to start off, obviously I live in Fortventura, as a lot of you guys probably know. And Fortventura is an amazing place, as you also probably know. It's a great place to live, but it's also an island and it's very small. So every year I try and do a bit of traveling and go away over the summer because they're the hottest months, also the busiest months here, so it's nice to get away. They're also the nicest months everywhere else. So this summer, Becky and I bought a camper van and decided to go around the UK, busking our way through England, Scotland and Wales. And honestly, it was an amazing adventure. It was just a great experience. Like, it went pretty smoothly. There are a few disasters that I'll get to later, but all in all, just an adventure. And that's why the song is called A Lifetime of Memories, because there's so many amazing things that happen that it just feels like a lifetime, you know. So it was the late May, and I had a gig in Italy booked. So I went out to that gig, and that's when I decided to go back to England, drop all my gigs here in Fortventura, and start the trip with Becky. And it started on her boat. So Becky was living on a little canal boat, a little river boat, which she's sold since then, but that's where our trip started, on her boat in Bath. And then we picked up the van and went to the south to see my family in Brighton. They actually live in Seaford, which is just in between Brighton and Eastbourne. And that's when our trip started, you know, away from our hometowns. Well, my hometown was Seaford, obviously. Becky was living in Bath, so our trip started there. And we went to, I've got a list here, started in Seaford, went to Salisbury, Buxton, Liverpool, we went to Alton Towers, York, Manchester, Whitby, Durham, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Glasgow. We climbed Ben Nevis, Oban, Blackpool, Snowdonia, Aberystwyth, Cardiff, Swansea, and so much more in between. And like I say, it's unexplainable, you know, you can't put it into words, and that's why we wrote this song. And like I say, it went pretty smoothly, apart from the few disasters which I'll tell you now. So like, we were going down Winnett's Pass in the Peak District, and we smelt like burning, like fire, and I was like, pull up, because you know it's dangerous. So Becky stopped, I got out the van and I didn't smell it, so it's coming from inside the van, or at least from the van. I was like, oh my god. And she couldn't like get out herself because the handbrake wasn't strong enough because it's such a steep hill. So we had to drive for like another 2 minutes down Winnett's Pass, get to the bottom, and then I got out with luckily a fire extinguisher we had in the van, and then put the wheel was actually, the brake pads were smoking. So that was one of the first disasters. We got a flat tire in Glasgow, got a few parking tickets, and I also got septic arthritis, which sounds much worse than it is. Well, I guess it could be really bad, but luckily I got treatment for it really quick. So pretty much one day I woke up and I couldn't walk, like my foot was killing me. I thought I'd broken my ankle or sprained it or something. Went to A&E, and a guy looks at it and he said, I had a little cut on my ankle, and he's like, how'd you get that? And I was like, I don't know, it was such a small cut, I have no idea. And I thought he thinks I've hit it and broken it. But he left the room for like 10 minutes, came back in and told me I had septic arthritis, which is like an acute infection in your bone. I'm not sure it's in the bone or the muscle, but I'd imagine the bone being arthritis. He gave me antibiotics, and the next day I was literally walking. So it was incredible, like, thank you so much. And if this was, you know, in the past, it could have turned into sepsis and I could have died. So really grateful that I got that treatment. It was amazing, and I could walk again. I thought I'd be like 6 weeks of recovery from like a broken ankle. And so yeah, the story behind the song, I had written a song before leaving called Itchy Feet, about like the need to travel. And whilst we were traveling, Becky and I was recording clips for that song, being like, oh, let's get clips of the road and clips of the van and clips of us and stuff, and create a little music video, like a homemade music video for the song Itchy Feet. But then one day when we're in Liverpool, I was by myself cycling to meet April Moon, who are a duo who sometimes play here in Fortventura, and they live in Liverpool, so shout out to you guys. And Becky was with her sister, 'cause she lives in Liverpool. And I was by myself cycling on my bike, and I just had this thought, like, why don't Becky and I write a song? I mean, she plays violin, and obviously we're playing every day together, like busking, so why don't we write a song about the trip and use clips from the trip and make something really authentic and real, you know, something that sums up the travel. And so I stopped on my bike in that moment, sent Becky a voice note and was like, we should write a song, you know, and then we should use the clips for that, not for Itchy Feet. I think we should write a song together and use the clips from the trip for that, you know, not Itchy Feet. I think we should make a song us two. And then she replied like, yeah, let's do it. But we never did. We never did that on the trip because we were busy like busking and seeing places and fixing tyres, and we were just super busy and enjoying ourselves, and we never got around to writing the song. So fast forward to after the trip, 3 months of travelling throughout the UK, and I got back to Ventura by myself. Becky was in England, she was coming 2 weeks later, and I sat on my sofa in my front room and I wrote the song A Lifetime of Memories, because I was just thinking about all the feelings from the trip, all those memories. I was missing Becky as well, and I just wrote it all down, and it just came out in like half an hour. And to be honest, the songs that I'm most proud of, the ones that I like the most, do just happen like that. They just come out of you, like they just happen. I'm not trying to sound too like artsy or whatever, but it's true, it just sort of seems to happen. And there were a few like lyrics that I wasn't that happy with and stuff, so over the next couple of days I tweaked a little bit and then fully finished it. Then I sent it to Becky, she came up with a violin part for it, and then 2 weeks later when she came here we practiced it together, we recorded it in my studio, so all the instruments, everything's performed, recorded, produced by us. And then at my gigs, for example, at Rock Island and Sunset, she played the song with me, and we explained the song to the audience, told the story about it, and everyone seems to really like it, so it's had a really good response.
And now it just feels like a dream. Thank you.
And
Thanks.
even just for us having that song and having the clips and having the memories, it's so special for us, you know. It's such a nice thing for us to have, and hopefully what I'm hoping is like you guys can find meaning in it as well and relate it to travels you've done or adventures you've had, or like, you know, people you've traveled with or loved ones you've been with and had these experiences with and had memories with. We're so proud of it and we can't wait for you to see it. It's out this Friday at 5 o'clock. It's going to premiere on YouTube, which means if we all tune in at 5 o'clock, we can all watch it at once. And actually, I'll link the video in the top comment below. I'll also put it on the screen at the end of this video. And if you go through to the video, you can click notify me, and if you click like, that would be greatly appreciated as well. And that means you'll get a little notification on Friday when the video is going to go live at 5 o'clock, and we can all watch it together at the premiere and talk in the little chat box and just be there together to make like an experience out of it. Hope you enjoyed this little insight, some behind the scenes into the story behind our song, A Lifetime Memories. So I'll see you on Friday at 5 o'clock.